John's has given me similar terms, but with a product liaison who would take responsibility for logistical decisions. There's also Bassford's store, who I'm talking with tomorrow. Would you like to reconsider?
There's nothing to think about. Mr. Oliver, John's is on the verge of bankruptcy and will offer you the world without batting an eyelid. And Bassford's, well, their reps are known in the industry for their, imagination. You won't get a better offer than mine.
Daniel John's bankrupt? We work together. Could he be taking advantage of me? Maybe I'm short of experience. I guess I could use your experience in putting together a deal for Sirote.
Friendships and business can be illusory, so best keep your guard up. Personal relations aren't the most important thing, although they do need to be worked on. What would you say to a neutral discount and no suspicious promises?
Do you know the Burton story? They had enormous success based on good relations and a family atmosphere. Today, apart from the product, you also have to sell values, and that's what you offer. I think it'd be safer to limit the discount to this much.
We don't want Sorate to have such a homely image. It doesn't work for big business. We attract partners through good organization, innovation, stability, and care for the environment, not getting too intimate with our partners. Can you think in those categories? Is that the last ace up your sleeve?
Not in the least. Okay, you know that eco-friendly breakfast cereal from Springer's? Their green line of products has been a big hit. So why not eco-friendly fair trade coffee from Sirote? We'll supply the bean from our niche small plantations which use traditional growing methods. We don't compete on price, the product is exclusive, and fits current trends.
Well thought. We haven't even signed yet, and you've offered me an innovative idea. Ideas like that will make it a lot easier to battle for top spot in the market. How can I repay your trust?
With another meeting entirely devoted to the idea, Miss Gammelqvist. I need to wrap up soon, as I have another meeting I don't want to put off, so...
Okay, we'll discuss this at the next meeting. Day after tomorrow? I presume today's contract offer has been drawn up with similar attention to our best interests. Let's sign it immediately. Your fresh approach and my experience give us an advantage I want to put to use right away.
I should sum up what happened after that meeting. Britt wasn't talkative, but I have one or two facts. She was the last to join the group of friends from uni. She confirmed the bad opinion of Richard and the Kerseys in general. You could get rich with him, but you could also rapidly lose a lot. For some reason, she wasn't keen on Joseph. She didn't even mention Amanda and Catherine. On greeting her, I spotted her bracelet with the engraving. In the small heart by the snake were the initials R.K., I think. A present from an old friend? We spoke briefly, because Britt was weighing her words. I had the feeling she knew a lot more, but wasn't ready to open up. As I was standing by the door, someone phoned her. I discreetly slowed my pace. The mother's nurse, Britt's mother, wanted to tell her about some disturbing symptoms. But I was more intrigued by the RK on Britt's bracelet. Did it refer to Richard? Perhaps they'd had an affair. Who would know? I decided it was worth asking Clarabelle. She was shocked. But she wasn't having any of it. That's impossible. Would Britt have then testified against my father? Precisely. Would she? The file was classified, and Clarabelle didn't remember the details of the case. Perhaps I should ask Britt's mother. It's a long shot, but if I can persuade the nurse to let me in, I could ask the old lady about... Nothing doing. Chestnut and Oak Hall has the top specialists in senile dementia. She let me in. Can you believe it? You can... That gave me an idea. I bought a standard set of Cofiel. And made my way to meet Auntie Gammelqvist. A banknote discreetly hidden in the palm of my hand was enough. For security to realize we were related. She'll be very pleased to see you. That's what I'm counting on. I need to check the investigation board. Now I need to set the new clues and data on the board. This is a good lead, but the information may... Good morning, Mrs. Gammelqvist. Isn't the weather lovely today?
Good morning, young man. It may be lovely, but I hate sea breezes. Please pass me that blanket.
Here you are.
Are you...
This? Oh, they're your favorite coffee-based cosmetics, with best wishes from Britt. I'm a friend of hers, Arthur Oliver. Can we talk for a moment?
My favourites? Come closer, boy. I don't see too well. Richard, is that you?
No, I told you. My name's Arthur Oliver.
You filthy liar. They're after you, aren't they? You want to hide here? Britt will find you out.
Calm down, Mrs. Gammelqvist. I'll leave in a moment. I just have a few questions.
He has a few questions. Incredible. What do you want to know? And give me that other blanket, the thick one.
Does Britt come often?
Daily. Sweet girl. Despite all her responsibilities, she still finds time for her mother.
Really? Amazing. As a company director, Britt really is very busy.
Director? You've been away a long time, Richie. Britt has long since been the company's owner.
Oh, she didn't tell me.
Ha! You thought that after you dumped her, She would just vegetate? She's an ambitious girl, a modest one too. Only common types boast about things, Richie. Not a Gamalkovist.
Apart from your daughter, does anyone else visit you?
You're very inquisitive, Richie. Guilty conscience. Have you gone from a fraudster to a detective? Don't worry, no one's blackmailing me. I've got a button here, see? All I have to do is press it, and security will throw you out.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel lonely.
That's why I came here, Richie. I want a break from people. Even the nice ones. Anything else?
Did you come here alone?
Of course not. Britt accompanied me.
I meant, are you staying here alone?
You want to keep me company? The daughter dumped you, so you're trying it on with the mother? We're lucky Granny Gamalkovist is no longer with us.
No, I just wanted to ask you if you'd met anyone interesting here.
Everyone is more interesting than you, Richie. Don't you have to go somewhere? The last ferry leaves in 20 minutes.
Are they looking after you here then?
It's a 5-star hotel, Richie. They're very nice, and even speak quite good English.
Of course, they directed me right to you. And the food, it can vary.
Yes, you can tell it's high season. We get puddings very rarely. Perhaps you can do something about it. You could always look after your own interests.
Of course, I'll speak to the staff. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Don't wear me out. And when you leave, take that goblet to the kitchen. I've lost my appetite.
It's very nice here. Lots of staff, very few guests. The park is beautiful. Can I ask how much it costs to stay here?
Did I hear you right? Aren't you satisfied with robbing my daughter?
What are you talking about?
Don't make an even bigger fool of yourself, Richie. All 3 of you should have rotted in jail for that pyramid scheme. If I'd listened to Britt, then I'd have lost my life savings.
I can try to give back at least part of the money.
You can try? You're lucky I can't get up off this lounger. Poor girl. You robbed her and took advantage of her. You never had any intention of getting divorced, did you?
Well, I did think about it, but I was between a rock and a hard place.
Yes, of course. You were being blackmailed. By whom? Your wife? Your mafia friends? Go to hell, Richie. You're just raising my blood pressure. What more do you want?
Mrs. Gamelquist.
You've worn me out, Richie. I'm not as understanding as Britt. I'll call security and they'll throw you out of here.
Hang on, I have a couple more questions. Maybe I could do something for you in return.
If you put it like that, my partner at bridge has a small problem. His family is behind with the payments for staying here. 1 or 2 months. Sort it out. Discreetly, though. You're good at that.
Consider it done. Can I ask you some more?
Go on.
You remember the bracelet I gave to Britt?
Stop asking me if I remember. I remember everything, including that hideous gleaming snake. The ideal present from another snake. When I get back from my holiday, I'll take it straight to the pawn shop.
That won't be easy, because Britt still wears it. Why?
That's a lie. She doesn't wear it. It's to remember what a rogue you were.
She still has feelings for me, doesn't she?
Of course she does. Contempt and disgust. You dumped her, remember? My wonderful daughter. What of it that you were married? But Catherine was nothing compared to my Brit.
I'm sorry for what happened. I don't want to hurt your daughter again. She's a wonderful woman. She deserves to be happy.
But not with you, Sonny.
I've changed, Mrs. Gemmelfist. I'm alone, and I want to start anew. Do you think perhaps I have any chances with Brett?
You've changed. You're a liar and a rascal, Richie. Thank you for visiting me. This island has few flights. Now, get out of here. I've had enough of you.
I need to check the investigation board. Now I need to set the new clues and data on the board. A new week, a fresh start. Someone place an order. The deal isn't great, but it's a chance for some extra cash. A new week, a fresh start. You really deserved this bonus. Someone place an order. The deal isn't great, but it's a chance for some extra cash. Good morning, Mr. Chantorp. I'm so glad you were available. Arthur Oliver.
Hello, Mr. Oliver. There should be a chair here somewhere. Please, sit down.
Thank you. You know, ties are not my thing, but I must say, yours looks marvelous. Is it Burberry?
It is. Good taste matters to me. And I like people who can appreciate that, Arthur. If I can call you by your first name. What brings you here?
I supply the top London cafes with beans, and I keep hearing the same thing. Your amazing success.
Really? What success might that be?
Being one of the top 10 most interesting places in London is really something.
Thank you. That's down to me. Although David, the cafe's founder, provided the foundations for it. After he passed away, though, I managed to ramp things up a bit. It's going pretty well.
Absolutely. Very well indeed. Your office is impressive.
I designed it that way, Arthur. Do you know why throne rooms were built so large?
To be big enough for their owners' egos?
To overwhelm those seeking audience with the king. Good impressions always assist in doing business. I've heard a lot of good things about your brand, hence you were granted an audience. Sorry, Arthur. This will only take a moment. Maxie, there you are. Book me a table for two at Notre Flamme at 6. You got that? And send Coralie some red roses with a note, missing you, B. The courier should just catch her at work. You got that? With an X at the end. It's a French surname, Moreau. Oh, add to the note that a chauffeur will be there for her at 6. And sort that out too.
You studied journalism, didn't you?
That's right.
It's interesting your diploma is on display. I mean, we're not in a newsroom. Unusual career path.
You could put it like that. Journalism was my passion. I dreamt of winning a Pulitzer.
What happened?
Richard Kersey. I was investigating the family's murky history and their fortunes. I wanted to expose the legendary blend, uncover the truth behind their success, which wasn't based on hard graft. They weren't too happy about it.
Fair enough, but what could they do about it? Demand an apology?
You're not from these parts, are you, Arthur? The Kerseys have a lot of influence. One call and I was out of a job. Second call and no one in the media in London had touched me.
Incredible.
But true. But they've underestimated me. Before long, I shall beat the Kerseys with their own weapon, coffee. Any day now, and my blends will be the most popular you can buy.
Could I ask about your investigation into the Kerseys?
It's water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. All you need to know is that if they get angry, they'll even have their former colleagues investigated.
Ah, so you weren't the only one.
No. After getting the sack, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I had a little sniff around them. I know that Richard accused his daughter's teacher, a young painter, of destroying a family heirloom.
Wow, sounds like a nasty business.
It was. Though it never got into the papers, the man had to flee the country. It was clear he was never going to get a fair trial. The Kersey's friends made sure of that.
I'm not so sure, Baptiste. I've heard a lot of things about Richard, but in your tales he comes across almost as a mafioso.
Oh, no, it's not as bad as that. He's just a bit of an arsehole. No more, no less. All right, let's get back to business, shall we?
How do you see the growth of the Black Mug? I suppose you're planning on opening new cafes.
Eventually, yes, but it's too early to be thinking about a chain. The priority's still about building the brand, so we'll shortly be expanding the range.
So there will be new blends. My beans could provide an ideal base for them. Profits from sales matter more to me than visibility on your menu.
I guess I'd have to examine an option like that. Of course, in time. The blend for the new coffee's still top secret. It's going to be a hit.
Shark Topper? Tell me more.
Totally new brand. Premium quality at an affordable price. Simply a new standard. And after that, no one will drink ordinary coffee again.
Uh-huh. You know, that could be an advert for, well, anything.
Well, clearly. I can't help but get emotional, but okay. It involves a brand new aroma. After all, the sense of smell is responsible for 30% of the taste, isn't it?
Your figures are dated. As far as I'm aware, it's even as much as 90%.
Well, forgive me. It's just a little test. Now, I know that you appreciate my little idea. We've developed a new aroma which is almost addictive. The recipe's a secret. It's expensive to produce, but we'll corner the market. In only a few years, we'll be the only ones left standing.
An addictive aroma. Fantastic idea. I'm wondering how that could develop.
The best way is through personalization. Choose your taste of addiction. Not bad, huh?
Sure, not bad. You mentioned production costs, though. Perhaps I could reduce them. For example, I could offer you a constant supply of beans at an attractive price.
No, I don't think so. Production of the new blend is in progress. What exactly can you offer me? Shall we go to the cafe? Being in my company will instantly improve your reputation. Yesterday, the chief editor of What's New magazine was here. He's always droning on about something special. You know, people like that always need something extra. I can understand that. I'm exactly the same. So, what kind of discount can you offer me, Arthur?